From the makers of Aaj Tak and India Today, the undisputed leaders in Indian news, we understand.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we talk about the latest stock market trends and also help you really understand which are the sectors and the stocks that are buzzing in action today. Also joining in will be an expert with us to help us understand how to maneuver through the markets today, which are the sectors and stocks that you should focus on and where the maximum returns can be made. But first up, let's look at how the markets are doing at this point in time. Well, it's a great beginning yet again for the markets today. After yesterday's sharp up move, we've also seen the markets take further lead. You can actually see 0.6% upside on the Nifty today, 18,118 at this current level. 105 points of an uptick can be seen right there. Also on the Sensex, 61,053, 300 points of an uptick and a 0.5% up move can actually be seen. So you can actually see a whole host of gainers really coming about. Like from the pharma space, you have Divis Laboratories really rising 5.5% in trade, NTPC, Adani Enterprises, all of them up by over 4% each in today's trading session. Of course, among the sectors also, barring some slight losses coming in from the auto pack, rest all of the sectors are up in the green. You can also see some of the other movers from the IT pack. TCS is moving up 2%, Power Grid, HDFC, the other movers on the Nifty index today. Look at the Nifty Bank also. That's also holding up strong in the green space. However, some banking stocks are still not performing as Axis Bank is down by 3.8 odd % in today's trading session. Also, Tata Steel, that's down with some volumes right there. 0.6% of a decline can actually be seen, and that's after the sharp decline in profits of Q2 that actually we saw in yesterday's trading session. Bharti Airtel reacting positively post the earnings. We've seen a 90% almost jump on the profitability basis, although there have been slight misses on the street expectations on those numbers as well. Let's welcome our today's guest today. Jay Thakkar joins in from Marwari Financial Shares. He's the expert of equity research right there. Welcome so much, Jay, and thank you for taking the time out for this discussion. Well, first up, the markets are rallying. There's good mood, right? At the beginning of this new Samvat year. Help us understand, are we looking at record levels on the Sensex and the Nifty pretty soon?
Sure, very good afternoon to you, Sakshi, and it's good to connect after long. And I would say that yes, the index have indices have rather performed quite well since the lows which we have seen in the month of June, July, and the kind of bottom which we had seen in June. We have never seen those levels coming back again. In fact, what has happened is the October month has been quite positive. I mean, it has recovered its entire loss that it had made in the month of September, and with this somewhat and with this new month as well, I mean, we are seeing that, or the new expiry, I would say, after the expiry, they're seeing higher tops and higher bottom formation now that's been getting formed on the monthly charts as well. I mean, the most important level to have got taken off was 18,100, which got has got taken off in today's trading session, and sustaining about these levels will be very important going forward, Sakshi. 18,100, 125 range and closing about these range will definitely open up gates for 18,300, 350 from here on.
Sure.
It's just that Bank Nifty has been struggling since a couple of trading sessions. In fact, if we get some momentum out there, it will further help Nifty to move higher.
Okay, understood that. Well, in terms of sectors, I want to ask you, is there a particular sector that's showing any kind of a breakout on your technical charts right there? Something that will be in momentum going forward as we speak. We have been seeing a sector rotation taking place, especially when we talk about sectors like pharma. They are coming about in a strong way, some strong bullish trends emerging. Is that a sector that's also showing up strongly on your charts?
Absolutely, you have pointed out right, and Sakshi, I would like to say that see, banking and auto indices, I mean, they have been performing quite good, and the overall bullish trend out there is structural. I would say it would continue for months and years going forward because overall they are into a good up move or a bull market. As far as Nifty IT and Nifty Pharma is concerned, I mean, these indices have yet not confirmed their long-term bottom. However, for the short to medium term, it seems that they have reversed quite well from an oversold territory, and the reversal out there is quite clear, especially in Nifty Pharma. I would say the kind of breakout which we have seen about the levels of 13,000. It's heading towards the levels of 14,000 now. So one can definitely buy pharma stocks. I have one recommendation out of that sector too. And Nifty IT too. I believe that the kind of underperformance which we have seen globally in the IT shares, especially Nasdaq 100 compared to that of Dow and S&P as well. I think that underperformance might now get reduced. Rather, it will catch up the bounce from here on. Nasdaq 100 is likely to bounce back from here on as well, and so is Nifty IT. So I think Nifty IT can also bounce back to the levels of 30,500,
Okay.
which is really around 1,000 to 1,200 points from here on.
Okay, understood that. What about the metals pack? That's been going quite, volatile over these last few trading sessions as well. There's a mixed reaction on several stocks of this pack as well. How should one really approach this space? Today, there's an uptick for sure of 1.8 odd % on the Nifty Metal Index. Is that an index that you would love to speak about to all the viewers? Because we've seen that in the past, this sector has actually given a lot of returns to the portfolios who've been like, gung-ho on the metal pack, but is that something that should be still strong enough in people's portfolios?
You're right, Sakshi. Since COVID, I would say that the bounce back or a comeback that we all had seen in metal stocks and index as well. From 1,500, we saw Nifty Metal Index bouncing back, inching to the level of 6,000 plus levels. So there was almost 4x gains which we had seen on the index itself, and the stocks in fact had gone up by 5x to 10x as well, definitely. But then, the recent, consolidation, I think, can continue for a while as well. I'm not getting that much of, confirmation on the charts or the data. And I think that, Nifty Metal Index might just consolidate within a range of, say, 6,500, 6,300 on the upside, maybe 5,500 on the downside. That could be almost 15 to 20% range within which Nifty Metal Index is still likely to consolidate before getting into a good medium to long term uptrend.
Okay, understood that. Now, talking about the metal space, there's one stock that everybody's talking about today, and that's Tata Steel. The stock is down by almost 1%, but the disappointment really came in from the Q2 earnings. We saw a sharp 90% nosedive as far as the profitability is concerned. Of course, there are cost concerns for the company that have been emerging. How should one really approach this stock post the earnings, and what does it show on the technical charts on the stock?
It's been quite mixed, kind of set of results or maybe set of moves which we are seeing in this steel sector specifically. If you see Jindal Steel or maybe JSW Steel, recovered quite well post results as well. JSW Steel has, shown a good bounce back. But then, as far as sale is concerned, maybe Tata Steel post numbers are definitely not good. And hence I'm saying that the Nifty Metal Index might just continue to consolidate or remain or trade within the range of 15-20%. As far as Tisco is concerned, Tata Steel has been consolidating now within a range of 110, 115 on the upside, and on the downside, I believe that 90 is the level to watch out for. That would be a good bargain or a good bet. I would say 90 is the level to enter or buy on dip should be the strategy. Else it might just continue to trade within this range, actually. So till I don't get a convincing close above 110, or if it doesn't fall to the levels of 90, I would like to avoid Tata Steel.
Okay, understood that. Also help me understand your view on this telecom major Bharti Airtel. Now recently we've seen very, very strong moves on the stock. Of course, the earnings have been good as well, although some miss on the earnings front as far as some of the key numbers are concerned. But the profitability definitely showed a sharp uptake of 89% odd. There's been adding new users, the SOC charges are lower. So a lot of things are working for the company at this point in time. But technically, how does Bharti Airtel look to you? We've already seen some record levels being seen on the stock. Going forward, how should one really approach this stock?
Definitely, fundamentally, first of all, I would like to say as a disclaimer, we already have a buy recommendation on Bharti Airtel for the long term, and we have seen the top line growing good, and the loss which Vodafone Idea had has definitely benefited the Reliance or Reliance Jio and Bharti Airtel. But then more specifically, I would say that Bharti Airtel surprisingly has shown good, inflows as far as the clients are concerned, or the shift from VI to Airtel is concerned. So that's been good, and from the revenues from the overseas market has also been contributed quite well. We are seeing good ARPU come back, and I think the ARPUs will grow from here on as well. I think the price competitiveness now has got over, and now this will definitely help the ARPUs to grow. Technically, if I talk about Bharti, then it has been in an uptrend since almost like June 21. So it's been more than a year, Sakshi, that Bharti Airtel has provided a
Yes.
breakout from a long consolidation for almost a decade or so,
Yeah.
and that consolidation was between a range of say 250 to 500, and that's almost like 2x gain from 250, and the breakout has come above the levels of 500. So if you just superimpose that 2x levels, then we'll get minimum 1000 target on Bharti Airtel.
Okay, understood that. Let's also talk about your stock specific recommendations for the day. Which are the sectors and the stocks that you're looking at this point in time if investors are looking for some positional trades? Any specific picks for them?
And definitely, I have one buy recommendation, as I said, from the pharma pack, because pharma, I think at least for the short to medium terms, actually has done or reversed from down to up. So I have a buy recommendation on Glenmark. One can buy this targeting 435 to 455 in the short term, and one can place a stop loss at 405 or below that. And the second buy recommendation is from the banking pack. I think the stock specific movement will continue in banking on the upside. And AU Bank has been consolidating for a while now within a range. And now I think since it has reversed from the lower end of the range, it's likely to inch towards the upper end of the range. And it's a good trading bet right now with a good risk reward. One can buy AU Bank targeting 665 to 685. These will be its upper end of the range target. And the stop loss can be placed at 590 or below that.
Okay, understood that. So, two stock specific recommendations from Jay today. One from the pharma space, Glenmark, with the target price of 455 on the upside, stop loss of 405. The AU Small Finance Bank from the banking and financial space, targets of 665, 685 on the upside, with a stop loss of 590. So, keep those stocks on your radar as well. Well, thank you so much, Jay, for taking the time out and being with us and discussing all the insights about markets, and hope you have a great trading day ahead. Let's now move on to see how the markets are doing at this point in time. Well, the Nifty is still holding up strongly at this point in time. If you look, 18,123 is the current level at which the Nifty is trading at, with 0.6% of an up move, almost 100% up move. But if you see the chart, you can actually see some slowing down from those high points of the day. Also, the Sensex at 61,080 odd levels, holding up at 330 point of an upside and a 0.5% up move on the charts right there. But there are some moves on the downside that you should keep a check on. Some heavyweights like Reliance Industries still down 1%. 25-24, Eicher Motors also seeing some profits being taken off the table. Maruti Suzuki, Tata Steel and UPL are some drags that are keeping a check on the markets on the up move. But we'll keep a tab on how the markets move in the last 2 hours of trade, and especially the 3 p.m. factor, where we will join in with another expert so that you can also understand how the last hour of trade will actually play out. Thank you so much for tuning in for now, but a whole lot of data and market analysis up for you on your screens right up next to